Hi, welcome. Thanks for joining me. On this episode of Build Your Own, we're going to build, price, and option a 2021 Mazda CX-5 Signature, as well as learn about the features and other configurations. Before we do, however, I just want to remind you that if you find this build and price review helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. The elevated ride height and superior passenger and cargo room of small SUVs make them far more sensible than the typical small sedan. The downside is that sensible isn't normally sexy, but that's where the 2021 Mazda CX-5 comes in. This SUV boasts sleek styling and impressive handling abilities to match. It also has a top-notch interior and a strong optional turbocharged engine that wouldn't seem out of place in a BMW. The CX-5 receives a few notable upgrades for 2021. The central display screen is larger than last year's and is outfitted with Mazda's newest infotainment interface. It loses touchscreen functionality, but the increased width makes the layout look less cluttered than before. There's also a new Carbon Edition trim that's available with or without the turbocharged engine. If you want the extra thrust but don't need the luxury features that come in the pricier trims, the Carbon Edition is the least expensive way to get the upgraded engine. The 2021 Mazda CX-5 is a small SUV sold in 7 trim levels: Sport, Touring, Carbon Edition, Grand Touring, Carbon Edition Turbo, Grand Touring Reserve, and Signature. The base model trim for the 2021 CX-5 is the Sport. It has a starting MSRP of $25,370. The base CX-5 Sport starts you off with the base 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. That engine makes 187 horsepower and 186 pound-feet of torque, and that engine is mated to a 6-speed automatic transmission. Standard is front-wheel drive, but you can option all-wheel drive. Also standard with the Sport is 17-inch alloy wheels, LED headlights, leather-wrapped steering wheel, push-button start, a 10.25-inch central display, 4-speaker audio system, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and 2 front USB ports. Every CX-5 comes with a comprehensive set of driving aids, which include 4 collision mitigation, blind spot monitor with rear cross traffic alert, lane departure mitigation, and adaptive cruise control. The next trim level is the Touring. It has a starting price of $27,110. The Touring model adds a handful of convenience features such as keyless entry, dual zone automatic climate control, power adjustable driver's seat, heated front seats, simulated leather upholstery, rear air vents, rear armrest, a 6-speaker audio system, and 2 rear USB ports. The Touring does come with one available package. It's called the Preferred SV package, and that includes auto-dimming rearview mirror, sunroof, power liftgate, driver's seat memory settings, power adjustable passenger seat, leather upholstery, and a 10-speaker Bose audio system. The next trim level up the tier is the Carbon Edition. It has a starting MSRP of $28,955. The new Carbon Edition trim includes the Preferred SV package and then 19-inch black painted wheels. Then there's the Carbon Edition Turbo. It starts at $30,760. This trim simply adds a turbocharged 2.5-liter 4-cylinder engine. It produces 227 horsepower and 310 pound-feet of torque, or 250 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque on 93-octane gas. The Grand Touring has a starting price of $30,560. The Grand Touring adds the following on top of Touring content, which is the Preferred SV package: 19-inch wheels, adaptive headlights, heated mirrors, paddle shifters, upgraded driver information display, and satellite radio. There is a package that's available for the Grand Touring. It's called the GT Premium package. It includes power folding mirrors, head-up display, heated steering wheel, ventilated front seats, and heated rear seats. The Grand Touring Reserve starts at $35,385. The Grand Touring Reserve is essentially the Grand Touring trim plus the GT Premium package and the turbocharged engine. All-wheel drive comes standard on the Grand Touring Reserve. At the top of the tier is the Signature trim. It starts at $37,505. The range-topping Signature goes all in on luxury appointments. It starts with the Grand Touring Reserve contents and then adds dark gray wheels, ambient interior lighting, auto-dimming rearview mirror, wood trim, a navigation system, 360-degree camera system, parking sensors, and rear automatic braking. There's value to be had throughout the CX-5 lineup, but two trims stand out. The Touring is a great choice if you're looking to keep costs low. It doesn't cost much more than the Sport, and it adds quite a few useful features. Its preferred SV package is also quite comprehensive. If you want cheap power, the new Carbon Edition Turbo is the way to go. It includes the preferred SV package along with the upgraded engine, and it costs thousands less than the Grand Touring Reserve. Okay, let's jump into this build and price review of the 2021 Mazda CX-5. Real quick before we get started, I just want to remind you to take a look at some of my other related build and price reviews. I've put links down in the description below. This Mazda CX-5 competes with other SUVs that I've done build and price reviews of, such as the 2021 Toyota RAV4. I did one in the XLE Premium trim. Also did the 2021 Cadillac XT4 Sport. I really like that SUV. And the 2021 INFINITI QX5 in the top tier autograph trim. And that's actually a super nice SUV. So, after you watch this video, make sure you watch one or two of those other videos as well. Okay, so before we actually go spec out our CX-5, and we're actually going to spec out the top tier Signature trim, let's go do this. Let's check out the features of the 2021 Mazda CX-5, starting with the performance features, design features, safety features, technology features. We'll go through the gallery, both the interior gallery and the exterior photo gallery. We'll check out all the exterior colors. We'll check out the interior as well and do a 360 walk around of the interior. And then we'll come back over here to the Mazda configurator and do the build. All right, let's actually start with an exterior walk around. We can actually do a 360 exterior walk around here of the 2021 Mazda CX-5. And then we're also going to jump right into looking at the exterior colors because I like to do that. So here's the thing. Depending on the trim level, they change how many color options you actually have. So here's how many color options you have with the Sport. You've got the Soul Red Crystal Metallic, the Snowflake White Pearl, the Eternal Blue, and the Jet Black. With the Touring, they give you a few more colors. Looks like they add to that the Sonic Silver, Deep Crystal Blue, and Machine Gray Metallic. Then, of course, the Carbon Edition only comes in the Polymetal Gray, as does the Carbon Edition Turbo. Looks like the Grand Touring trim is available in the full palette of colors, as is the Grand Touring Reserve, and the Signature actually has a few less colors. We're going to actually spec out the Signature, and they actually trim back a few of the colors, so we'll pick what color we want for our Signature when we get over to the configurator. So here we are looking at the interior for the Signature Edition. It only comes in one color called the Couture Brown Napa Leather. We can also do a 360 walk around of the interior. It's very dark in here, so we can't really get a super good look with this interior color specifically. But when we change trim levels, we'll be able to get a better look around because it'll be a little lighter in here. So let's go see what the Grand Touring Reserve brings us in terms of interior color options. So for the Grand Touring Reserve, looks like you get the black leather or you get the parchment leather. Here with the parchment leather, we can actually see the interior just a little bit better because they give you a brighter headliner, so that all works. There is a sunroof here in the Grand Touring trim. So yeah, here's that parchment leather seats as well as the black, and then the Grand Touring, let's see what that gives us. Also the black leather and also the parchment leather as well. With the Carbon Edition, this is cool. You get red leather, or you can option black leather, and that's the Carbon Edition Turbo. Same setup for the regular Carbon Edition, red leather or black leather. With the Touring, now you're down to leatherette. So here they're showing the black leatherette that you can get in the Touring, or you can get what they call the silk beige leatherette. The base model Mazda CX-5 is the Sport, and it comes with black cloth interior. Okay, so moving along, let's check out the gallery images. I'm not going in any order I said from before, but let's go check out the gallery images here. We're actually at the gallery. They're going to start us off with some interior photos here. And so we'll just run through these images real quick. This must be the top tier Signature trim because that sure does look like brown leather interior. I see heads up display. It's actually very nice inside here. Surely the Signature trim. Here's a great shot of that Signature trim again. Why do I know that? Because they're showing us the wood trim. It is the only trim level where they put wood trim in the car. Here's a shot of the controls that probably control the infotainment system. All right, they call it the Mazda Connect system here. Here's a shot of the Bose audio system. That is not standard. And here we are with some exterior photos. The CX-5 is really nice. To me, it reminds me of a really large Mazda 3. And I actually like the Mazda 3. I particularly like the Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo. I did a build and price review of that. If you want to find that, I'll go ahead and put that link down in the description below as well, because I actually really like the Mazda 3 Turbo. Here's another shot kind of from the top side. It's a good looking vehicle. If you like the Mazda 3, you're going to like the CX-5. Good shot from the front. Love the headlights. They look great. Love the grille. Nice shot from the back end. Yep, they're showing the Signature with all-wheel drive. Here's a shot of the tail light. And that looks to be the last slide. So now let's move on. Let's go check out those the four categories of features, and we'll start off with the performance features. So here we are talking about the performance features for the Mazda CX-5. Obviously, they want to tell us about that turbo engine because that's the one to talk about. Otherwise, you know, the base engine doesn't even make 200 horsepower. This engine makes up to 250 horsepower when you put 93 octane gas in it, and it makes up to 320 pound-feet of torque. It's actually the exact same motor that goes in the Mazda 3 2.5 Turbo. No surprise there. Here, as you know, all-wheel drive is an option for the Mazda CX-5. I believe the top tier trim level comes standard with it, as well as that Carbon Edition Turbo also comes standard with all-wheel drive. So a few of the trim levels do get all-wheel drive as standard, but something like, say, the base model Sport or the Touring, you can option with all-wheel drive. Finally, here for performance features, they have a feature here called G Vectoring Control Plus. It reduces the amount of corrective steering adjustments that you have to make when you're actually driving the car, so you don't get as fatigued behind the wheel. Okay, moving on, let's talk safety features for the 2021 Mazda CX-5. We can see right here that it was an IIHS top safety pick for 2021. So yeah, the vehicle's on top of their safety. Mazda has what they call the iActive Sense safety technology. It has features like rear cross traffic alert, smart brake support, and safety technology that's always evolving to help protect drivers and passengers. Here's some of the safety features they have: blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, Mazda radar cruise control, adaptive front lighting system. It's an available system, so not all of these are standard. Smart braking systems, lane departure warning, and lane keep assist, and driver attention warning. So moving on, let's talk about the design features for the Mazda CX-5. Mazda uses what they call Kodu, I think it's called Soul of Motion. It's their design philosophy that creates a sense of motion even at a standstill. I don't know if it's doing that for me, but let's find out about the rest of the features. Here they're obviously showing the top tier Signature trim level. Why? Because they're showing the Couture brown Napa leather trim seats with the premium stitching and the genuine layered wood trim. And it is very nice in here. And lastly, for design features, it has a driver-focused design. All displays, gauges, buttons have been intuitively positioned to limit distractions and keep you better connected to the road. Okay, lastly here, let's go over the Mazda technology features here, such as the Mazda Connected Services. What can you do with this? You can remotely start the engine, check vehicle status reports, all through the My Mazda app. And you can also get Wi-Fi capabilities as well, which I'm never really into it, but it's an available thing. Here they're showing the remote engine start with a horrible picture. Here they're showing the vehicle finder with a much better picture. And here they're showing how you can check the vehicle health and status of your vehicle through the My Mazda app. And it can even notify you when something needs your attention. Other notable features here, we've got Apple CarPlay and Android Auto integration across the large 10.25-inch center display. And over on the right, they're talking about the available 12-speaker Bose audio system. Okay, so we went over all the features. We went through the gallery. We checked out the exterior colors, the interior options, did 360s, all that kind of stuff. So here we are over at the Mazda configurator. Now we're going to spec out our top tier Signature trim, and it comes standard with all-wheel drive. It's already selected. And you only get one engine. It's going to be the 2.5-liter turbo engine. And so let's move on to exterior options, which is going to be about picking the paint. Okay, so here we are over on the exterior tab now, where we choose our exterior colors. I went with the basic jet black. I'm not crazy about any of the colors, so we're just going to go ahead and do the jet black. The only other thing they have on this page are some accessories that they're bundling as packages, like front and rear bumper trim, so you don't scrape your, scratch up the paint when you're taking packages out of the back and stuff like that, or roof rack crossbars. We don't need any of those things, so let's move on to the interior. Okay, here we are at the interior options. We only have one option, the Coutura brown Napa leather. The other things down here are some other accessories, like, do we want the illuminated front door sills? Yeah, actually we do. I like those a lot. I'm going to go ahead and add those to the build. Do we want the cargo tray? Yeah, maybe, but you know what? That's something you can go ahead and get at the dealer at any time, just like you could the illuminated front trim plates, because that's who's going to put that on, probably not from the factory. So let's move on to packages and accessories. Okay, so here we are over on the packages and accessories, and they're showing us a couple of packages, but here's the thing. We have the Signature Edition, and all these are included in the Signature package. The GT Premium package is bundled into the Signature, as well as the Touring Preferred package as well. So there's actually really nothing to do there. The rest of this stuff is really just accessories, right? Rear bumper guard, retractable cargo cover, illuminated door sills, right? Floor mats, things like that, wind deflectors, cool stuff, splash guards, things like that. But these are all things that we can get at the dealer at any time, at the parts counter. So for today, we're going to go ahead and skip over it. Let's go ahead and move on to the summary. Okay, so here we are, $39,080 out the door for a fully loaded, fully optioned 2021 Mazda CX-5 in the top tier Signature configuration. So there it is. And on that note, you know what? We're going to go ahead and wrap this video up. So if you found this build and price review of the 2021 Mazda CX-5 SUV helpful, informative, or entertaining, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.